Hey everyone, it's Das time, and this time we are continuing Alter Ego for Das. And anyway, last time we left off, we had, I don't remember exactly what happened the last one. I remember we got a new job opportunity at one point. We went to a business meeting, we bought a new car, we got married, all that fun stuff. Anyway, we are continuing this one now with the next one. I actually had to redo a couple of things, but I did them all the same way up to this point. I'm just letting you guys know, because unfortunately, even though I swore I saved, apparently I did not save from after the last time we got done. Anyway, we got a sexual nature one. It's sexual. One of your friends is getting married next Sunday, and you have invited to this bachelor party. The best man for the wedding is hired performer for the evening. Her name is Helga, the Norwegian torch. Her talent is taking off all her clothes, dousing herself with a flammable liquid, and then setting herself ablaze, dancing until the flame burns out. The most amazing aspect of the performance is the fact that she damages neither herself nor her immediate surroundings. After Helga's performance, she relaxes with the people at the party, wearing nothing more than a black G-string. At various intervals during the night, she whispers to a different gentleman at the party, leaves the room with him for about 10 minutes, and then returns. She leans over and whispers in your ear that she would like to perform a very bizarre sexual act with you. Interested. Of course we're interested. This is like I have to see what this game does with this. Imagine the weirdest sexual thing a person could do while hanging upside down, spinning and spinning. By the time Helga is finished with you, you don't know whether you're coming or going. Get it? Oh. She is certainly a very creative and versatile person. Unfortunately, the experience leaves you with a rather unsavory souvenir. 3 weeks and 6 shots of penicillin later, it exists only as a memory. Thank goodness. Oh, yeah, there is one thing I did forget to do. I didn't have an experience. And yes, we did that last time, so check out last time for if you want to know how that went. A friend from high school has called you a very serious tone of voice. She says that she needs to speak with you about something right away. Her life is falling apart and you're the only one who can help her. Sympathetic. Sure, we'll talk. You agree to meet her, and the problem is that she has just found out she's pregnant. She's confused about what she should do. She can't speak with her parents, or her family, and her boyfriend has abandoned her. What will you suggest to her? Have an abortion? Have the baby and keep it? Have the baby and give it up? Try to help her come to a decision on her own. Suggest that she go for a professional help. Well, seeing as we can help her. A sensitive choice. You must have realized that giving anyone a direct response or direct piece of advice on the matter is a serious... Shoo! Damn, I cannot read tonight. Such a direct piece of advice on the matter, as serious as this, would surely be a mistake. If things didn't turn out well, she might hold you responsible. Unfortunately, it is often very difficult to help someone in trouble sort out their own true feelings. The person may come to rely on your direction. She may begin to lean on you so that you begin to feel responsible for her, even though you do not actively try to give her advice. While I don't want to say that a person can resolve a crisis only by seeking professional help, it is often the best way. Yeah, okay. You are about to spend the afternoon catching up on some work when your steady partner reminds you of a promise you made to go shopping with her, to pick out a birthday present for her mother. You did promise, but right now, catching up on your work seems to be a higher priority. Your partner doesn't seem to understand this. She keeps saying you promised. Guilty, go shopping. This is one time. Your guilt really masks anger at your partner for tearing you away from something important or do something that you think is not important. You will resent her for doing things like this, but it really isn't her fault. She could have stayed home. The thought occurs to you that it might be interesting to travel to a faraway place for a little while and experience new things. Someone suggests joining the Peace Corps. No. It might have seemed like an interesting thought, but it's not anything you would actually do. Exactly. Okay, let's look at this. We can have kids. Would you have a child by trying to make it your wife? Yes. I'm sorry, no luck this time. If you want to have a baby, please try again. God dang. Do we gotta wait a time, or is this you're never gonna have a kid here? Okay, let's try to go back to the next thing. While socializing at a friend's party, you run into someone you had a damn, I cannot. Take a breather. Relax. Relax. Oh, man. While socializing at a friend's party, you run into someone you had a terrible crush on in 5th grade. She looks even better now than she did back then. Well, it was 5th grade. She is with a guy who looks like he eats apartment buildings for lunch. Walk over and say hello. You're introduced to Duke, her date, who excuses himself to look for something to eat. There's a table full of food over there that looks unprotected. Make small talk and excuse yourself. Bring up the fact that you had a terrible... Yeah, sure, this can't possibly end bad. As the sweat dampens your palms, you take the risk of telling her that back in grade school you thought she was irresistible. She had dimples, blonde hair, and 3 freckles on each cheek. She admits that she had quite an impression of you, too. Everyone used to call you squirrel cheeks because of the way your teeth were too big for your mouth. She continues, everyone thought you were such a nerd with that... such a nerd. With that, Duke walks back with a clam dip dripping from the chin. Your attraction for her seems to wane by the second. She and Duke seem made for each other. Exactly. There's a local blood drive. A volunteer asks if you would like to donate blood. Yeah, sure, give blood. You are a brave soul. The nurse is a very thin woman in her mid-30s. You notice that she wears very thick eyeglasses and her hand shakes a bit. No! She smiles at you and tells you you will only feel a little pinprick. You prepare for a short twinge of pain. Ouch! She must be drilling for oil. Sorry, she says as she prepares to go in again. Ouch! Just a little bit of trouble finding a vein. Yeah, clearly. After what seems like 20 minutes of unsuccessful probing, she gasps in delight. Oh, I just realized I'm wearing my reading glasses. No wonder. I'll just put on my working glasses and we'll be fine. Now all you will feel is a little pinprick. What a bitch. You don't go in multiple times the same thing anyway. Just, oh. Oh, who have yet to tie the knot. Okay, well, we've done that. Let's try to have a kid again. Dang, man, we cannot get pregnant here. You're in a restaurant with 3 of your friends, and it is time to pay for the check. The bill is $25. Allow another $5 for a tip. Okay, generous and offer to pick up the tab. Sure, we'll pick up the tab. We got money. What a guy. Your social status takes a rise. Resources decline. Well, yeah, we just spent some money. It wasn't that much, right? Right now we're at $16,658. We're doing good. We still have our sports car, our sailboat, and our average stereo. Let's see what else we can buy here. We're going to buy... video equipment, sure. Standard VCR. VCR with 14 funny... Oh, yeah, let's do that one. Your new VCR has freeze frame, still shot capabilities, slow-mo, super slow-mo, incredible slow-mo, and numerous other features. Your camera helps justify your need for recording events and possessions. Would you like to pay for this? Yes, of course, with cash. Baby time? Apparently, it's never going to be baby time. Dang. You have been invited to a party at the home of an acquaintance. When you arrive at the party, you notice that you and your companion have virtually nothing in common with the other people there. They dress differently, speak differently, and listen to different kind of music. Although you are in the same room as everyone else, you seem separate from them. You have been there for almost an hour and still haven't spoken a word to a single person. Uncomfortable and at ease, taken in the atmosphere. Mingle with the guests. You're comfortable with your personality and your ability to make an impression socially. Your status sheet suggests that this is a fairly accurate appraisal of yourself. As it turns out, many of the people in the room are from foreign countries. The information you gather about them is fascinating and rewarding. I'm sorry, this icon is for players who have not yet been married. Dang. Got all these ones we can't do because and we're never having a kid. That much is certain. Looking in the mirror one morning, you rub your upper lip and imagine what it would be like to grow a mustache. Become more interested and curious. Start growing a mustache. What kind of mustache would you like to grow? A Fu Manchu, pencil thin, thick, bushy, full mustache and beard. Yeah, let's do that. Your confidence characteristic shows that you are capable of enduring the comments that people make when you change your looks. The more sensitive people say things like, have you done something different with your hair lately? The people who aren't as sensitive ask you what the thing hanging off your face is. It's funny the way a man's life has changed just by deciding not to remove something that he never asked for in the first place and can't help growing. You begin to see yourself as a different person, more dashing, perhaps, or mysterious. You look especially classy during the period before you realize the food sticks to the facial hair. One evening, you attend a show with a piece of carrot decorating your upper lip. Regardless of how you feel about the mustache, Marion hates it. Fine, we'll get rid of it. She has to look at you more than you have to look at yourself, so to satisfy her and to shave it off. She has come to know and love you without the mustache. With the mustache, you are like a stranger to her. I'm sorry, this icon is for players. So it just stays there. Okay, I'm sorry, you can't play this icon if you're married. Okay, dang. Harry Shiner is the kindly old man who owns the candy store near the grade school you attended. Whenever you pass the store, you're reminded of the times he put an extra piece of candy in your hand without charging you, let you run up a tab if you were a penny or two short, or called your mom to give you a ride home if you missed the school bus. Lately, when you pass the old shop, you notice the lights are out. Suspicious and concerned, get information about Harry. You ask the school crossing guard if she has seen Harry. She mentions that he has probably gone to Florida for a vacation. This doesn't sound right to you. He usually takes vacation when the kids are off from school, and school is in session these days. Seek more info. You know that Harry's sister lives upstairs from the candy store. You knock on her door and ask about Harry. How do you feel? Calm. There's some bad news about Harry. Last month he found out that he has cancer, and the doctors say that he doesn't have much longer to live. Oh, fantastic. Express your sympathy and go visit him in the hospital. Sure. When you get to Harry's room, you can hardly believe it's him. His face is gray and his eyes are half closed. There are tubes in his nose and mouth. He seems to recognize you, but calls you by a different name. There have been so many children in his life. You speak with him for a few moments, but as you chat, Harry falls asleep. You excuse yourself, but as you walk out of the room, you hear one of the machines make a swirl beeping sound. Two nurses walk quickly towards Harry's room. A doctor is called over to the hospital intercom. By the time he arrives, Harry has already stopped breathing. What purpose was that one? Old dude dead. Fantastic. We got to see an old guy die. It's amazing. Awesome. You've been thinking about the kind of impression you make on people. Satisfied. Pat yourself on the back. Well, a little bit of self-praise never hurt anyone. Let's just try to keep it in perspective. Let's try to have a kid again. Yes! Yes, there we go. We got it. Your wife is officially pregnant. Over the course of the next 7 months, your wife experiences stressful cramps, water retention, and nausea. It is a difficult pregnancy for both of you. Now that you and your wife are well along the way, please choose the method of childbirth you think is best. Natural. Wife will undergo anesthesia. Wife will undergo hypnosis. I guess this was something they used to... I never really heard of hypnosis. Okay. Special classroom training is required. Sure. The next 2 months fly quickly by as preparations for the new arrival are made. You and your wife sit in on the required classes and learn a great deal about childbirth as a phenomenon and as an experience. When your wife goes into labor, you take her to the hospital. The delivery is a difficult one, and a cesarean section has to be performed. There are some tense moments during which you must leave the delivery room. You pace outside nervously, but soon a shrill cry cuts through the silence of the delivery room. Wow, I'm not doing all the baby sounds. You perform a quick inventory to make sure all the right parts are there. 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, a crinkly nose, and oh yes, one more thing, that part in the middle. Let's have a look. Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You are now the proud parents of a bouncing baby boy. Over the course of the next 2 days, your wife recuperates from the experience. The next few days pass without a problem for the baby. Your wife, however, goes into severe postpartum depression. You will have to take especially good care of her when you arrive home. Awesome, we have a kid. What would you like to name your little boy? Peter, Jim, Ned, Carrie, Bill, Dick, Vincent, Michael, Robert, John. Now let's go with Dick. We have a child named Dick. Aren't we awesome? Oh, how much money do we have? Ooh, we're doing good with money. Let's buy some more new clothes, man. Yes. Okay, that was the easy one. Let's look at, yes. Let's buy a computer. 32K computer with cassette tape drive. 128K computer, big name with 3 initials, work a lot. There you go. Oh, no, we're going with the super powerful 512K. No computer will ever be better than that in the history of computerdom. Computer with 10 megabyte hard disk. Oh, yeah, 10 megabytes. 10 megabytes. Your new 512K computer becomes a powerful, useful tool. It helps you vocationally and intellectually, I assume was the word. Thank you for your purchase. We now own that. Now let's move on. You haven't had a physical checkup for quite some time. Concern, go to the doctor. The period between adolescence and early adulthood is one of the life periods that pose the least threat to people physically. The doctor checks you over from head to toe. The examination results show you are diabetic. Oh, Jesus Christ. This condition will cause you to make some adjustments in your diet lifestyle. You will have to take insulin 3 times daily in the form of an injection. As you get older, you will be subject to more circulatory problems in your arms and legs. If you're not careful about these, you may need to arterial bypass surgery. Yay. If you take care of yourself, watch your diet and exercise, you should live a long life. If you are not careful, you could go into insulin shock and die. As far as this game is concerned, watch your thoughtfulness characteristic. If it gets too low, it may suggest that you do not have the ability to avoid sweets and starches that can hazardous to your health. Great, we're diabetic, aren't we awesome? With becoming diabetes and listening to Wilford Brimley, that will wrap up this episode of DOS Time. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.